football here in the Spanish capital of Madrid. Today, we're ready for an entertaining battle between the Washington Commanders and the Miami Dolphins. To kick off, here's Riley Patterson. And we're off and running from Madrid. He fields it from the 8. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led by the second overall pick a decade ago out of the University of Oregon, Marcus Mariota.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
This is Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt in it for the first time. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. That's a nice, quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Now Mariota. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Looks away from one. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did, tote the ball himself for a big run.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Krosky-Merritt. They'll cobble together a yard there. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Lane motioning left. Back to throw, Mariota. It's caught. This is Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
They'll make a bid for it on the ground. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first.
It's a gain of 6. And the Commanders' first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Here's Mariota now. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down. Defense hasn't really found its backbone yet, but maybe just a little sliver of light between the clouds here as they bring up third down.
Yeah, you're not going to likely keep points off the board, but if you can come through with one more stop and limit it to a field goal, yeah, that's at least something to build from.
Here he goes, third and long. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders finish up an excellent opening series. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure of what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Commanders 7, Dolphins nothing.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Eskridge to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So here come the Dolphins as they get set for their debut series. I know you love this guy, Brock, a fellow lefty like you, now in his 6th season, Tua Tagovailoa.
Unfortunately, those injuries returned last season. Katie played his fewest games since his rookie season 11. It was pretty obvious, too. Those Dolphins, 6-5 with him, 2-4 without him. He's a difference maker.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Tagovailoa off the play fake. It's a big strike to Hill. He's going to get this to the opposing 41. They get 37 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
First down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Opening carry for Devon Achane. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Flush down out to his left. And Tagovailoa hits the turf, sliding down after picking up the 1st.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
1st down, here's Tua. And the Commanders' rush brings him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
A loss of 4 yards. It's 2nd down.
And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Tua now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
Dolphins, first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. With Achan here out of the gun. He did well on that play, but might have had some early help. We've got a flag down.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Terrific zone coverage. Wallpaper sideline to sideline. QB's got 2 options. Wait for a hole to open or tuck it to run. He chose the former, but the pass rush showed up before any throwing lane did.
Well, for more than a couple of first downs away, it is 2nd and quite a bit after that sack. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Has him on the quick hitter. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Finds him on the crossing route. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The kick by Patterson is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Back out run the Commanders for their 2nd drive of the game. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I'd expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay 1 play ahead of their defensive foes.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here, Krosky Merritt. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Got his target, that's Lane. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Mariota. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. And that one's going to be incomplete. A deep look, unsuccessful. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. The fair catch taken in at the 28-yard line. So Miami headed out for its second drive of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Well, he'd been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much, but it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Throwing again. Here's Tua. Caught by Washington, left side. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little shorter than 35.
Kid, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other to give him a chance to make a play.
Throwing. Here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Here's pressure, and he's going to be dropped. Well done by the Commanders' defense. The Commanders take a timeout. It's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Now it's Jake Bailey, who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. Spins out of one stop. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10. Throwing now off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Back to throw, Mariota. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
3rd down from the gun. Samuel snags this over the middle. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The Commanders ready for the punt. Malik Washington will return this for the Dolphins. Can't evade the coverage team for much. They they stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Dolphins offense returning to the field a final time before the half. With the time remaining, let's see if they can get this into field goal range. Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive. First down, time by Lowe to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Miami calls a timeout here. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
And inches at the 37-yard line.
Only need about the length of the football, maybe a touch more on this second and inches. Back to throw, Tua. He's running with it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The Dolphins choosing to spend their final timeout here. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Throwing now out of the shotgun. That's caught, Devon Achane. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Miami.
Dolphins, first down. First and 10.
So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
All right, Scott, thanks so much. We are back, and this one's shaping up to be an exciting one. Very close game, Brock, as we start our third quarter. Wish we had more, Brock, but still a couple of quarters left to play here in Madrid as we are underway in our second half. Here comes Malik Washington. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Dolphins getting their offense out there to start off this second half. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Dolphins just about set up here, first and 10. Second half begins with a run by Achane. Escapes a defender. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
Going to the ground again on first. He dodged the tackle. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up second and 4.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. And you feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
The first carry now. This is Ollie Gordon. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. That one gains 7. And it'll be first down, Miami.
A split second, all to keep the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple. before they could finally drag him down.
Caught, this is Greg Dulcich. And they bring him down around the 34.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now a toss play for Achan. That is exactly why you rally to the football. He got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
To the air on 3rd and long. Here's a screen for Achan. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
That's another Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
On first down, here's Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Washington. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 3 now. And the shotgun, they'll give it to Achan. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They'll take 2nd down behind the sticks now after that holding call. Tua setting up to throw. Caught near the goal line. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. The back's got it. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
2 yards standing between this unit and 6. Here's 3rd and goal. Achan. And the run will not work. He is stopped at the line. This is going to be 4th and short.
Like the final battle scene from a movie, Kate, two sides charging each other, and they beat right at that line. And they didn't have to drive backward, All they had to do was hold the line to go win that battle.
Leaving the offense out there. It's 4th and goal from the 1. Here's a give for Wright. And he's in for the touchdown. The Dolphins take the lead right away in half number 2. Jalen Wright with the touchdown. Well, they took a gamble, and it paid off with a touchdown on 4th and goal.
And to do it on the ground at that, that's a confidence builder. Confidence builder for the big guys up front. Confidence builder for the running back to win at the line of scrimmage. And frankly, Kate, a confidence builder for this fan base that loves coaches being aggressive and going for it on 4th down.
Patterson tacks on the extra point. And the Dolphins push their lead to 3.
Commanders 7.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes first and 10. Mariota. Balled in by Lane. Continuing to move past the 45. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's Commanders football, and they need to get to work here. They're trailing late. One play in, Brock, and his drive is already into enemy territory. They go play action on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of second down.
Hey, God bless the Ted Washingtons, Casey Hamptons, Vince Wilforks, all them run stuffers back in the day. But the D-tackles of today, you not only have to stuff the run, you have to eat up the pass, too. And that D-tackle just got it done.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Mariota to throw. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, so he's just going to hurl this one away.
Oh, this has been a tough series. Sacked on the first down play, forced to throw it away right there. An awfully difficult third down now staring you in the face.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. Brought in inside the 20. And he has this down to the 14-yard line.
A gain of 42 yards on the play. First down, Commanders.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
From the red zone now. No one open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county.
On the throwaway. Minka Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Throwing it again here. Looking for an open man. He's keeping it. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 4th quarter lead. And this distance, a very dangerous player on any pass play because, Brock, as he's scanning the field to throw for the end zone, he's looking for an avenue to run it too.
Okay, this is exactly why it's never been harder to play defense in the NFL. The precision and the execution in the passing game, the efficiency has never been better. But then when you do cover it up, you got guys like this who can scramble and make you pay with their legs.
A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead.
Makes the score. Commanders 14, Dolphins 10.
Commanders gain. How to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. 1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he's going to score a touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a fourth-quarter lead. Tua Tagovailoa with the touchdown. Well, Brock, it looked like it took the full defense a while to recognize that he was actually running with it. I think it limited their ability to stop what turned into a pretty impressive touchdown.
I think you're exactly right on this one, Kate. Not too many scrambles go this far for a touchdown. And you got to give some credit to the guys around him. None of those receivers, tight ends, well, they just sold it. They didn't look back at him, had they? I think the defense is able to react and stop that touchdown. Instead, that's 6 big points on the board.
Patterson able to connect on the point after. And the Dolphins push their lead to 3. Following the play, we have an injured commander. The training staff out there to check on him as we pause. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Samuel now to return it. Jukes away from one. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And this pressure has been playing volleyball in this fourth quarter, partner. That touchdown just served it over their way. Now they need a touchdown to return serve, put it back on the other sideline.
Yeah, I like what you did there. And I'll keep the analogy going. We're in the final set, and it almost feels now like a must-score drive.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Krosky Merritt gets it from the gun. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. He stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Running once again with Krosky Merritt. He loses the football, and he gets his own fumble, so the comeback hopes are still alive, but that clock keeps running.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become 2, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
Now Mariota. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. We are to the 2-minute warning in Madrid. Commanders down by only 3. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Here's Mariota now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
He's him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Trying to force one through there. And it sets up second down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Here he is to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it. That's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Here he is to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's close, but they say he did not get there. It's going to be fourth and maybe a yard.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Matt Gay now in a high-pressure spot. Now a timeout's called. It's not their last one, though, so they can try another play before setting up for that field goal. So on fourth down, on comes Matt Gay to try the field goal for the Commanders. Now with just 7 seconds left in the game, we've got a timeout. On now is Matt Gay to try this Commanders field goal. Pretty easy kick here, Brock, just 22 yards. Looking good, and it's through! And in the final moments, they have tied this game!
Overtime, rested on his leg, Kate, and he got the job done. And now, well, things go a specific way in OT. The next time we see him line up, it could be for the game winner.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. So no return this time. This is going to go for a touchback, Brock. Let's see what they do with this final snap.
At their own 35-yard line.
Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. This to win the game. And it'll be incomplete. They went for it, trying to stun everybody with no time left on the clock. But alas, we are headed for overtime. So starting this year, we've got some new rules in place for overtime, Brock. Both teams now get a chance to possess the football in overtime of any game, not just the playoffs. So an opening drive touchdown, no longer an instant game winner. Gotta be able to make a stop too. It's a new look to NFL overtime. Let's see how this plays out as we get underway with some bonus football. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the run back of the 27. The Commanders set to take over. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. On the toss, here's Krosky Merritt. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
For a linebacker to make a tackle for loss on a toss play like that, yes, it's about speed, but even more so, Kate, that was a perfect angle he took.
Overtime just getting started. Both teams are going to get a chance with the football here. We've got 2nd down. They'll go play action. Finds the in route, complete. This is close, but I think they stopped him short, partner. Yep, the spot's at the 37. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Tight end in motion left. It's Krosky Merritt on 3rd. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and AT for attack, exactly what he just did.
Punt team on the field. And in overtime, he needs to make this a good one. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. Miami set to take over once again on offense. Their defense got off the field clean, Brock, and now their offense runs on knowing that any points are going to end this game.
Well, you want to look up complimentary football in the football dictionary, this might be the most important time for it. One side of the ball makes a stand, now the other side gets a chance to go win it.
Dolphins just about set up here, 1st and 10. Hill comes in motion left. Now it's his turn in overtime. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Complete to Tyreek Hill. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
Some work to do here. Need to make some progress to get in range for that game winner. Here's 2nd down. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
Ball start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time.
Still 2nd down.
So the false start backs him up 5. Here comes 2nd and long. Tight end going in motion here. Tagovailoa, quick throw, complete. And this one does not go far.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 13.
Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line, 3rd down. Third and long for him here. Dumps it off to his running back. Defense contains him. That's going to force fourth down as he's dropped for a loss.
A loss of 2 yards.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed third down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And in overtime, this has to be struck well. He takes this in on his side of midfield. Continues to cook. And he takes this all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
The Commanders all set to regain possession. Each offense has had a chance to score now, Brock. Neither one could, so we're in a sudden death. The next score wins it.
And wouldn't it be great, Kate, if we saw one of these defenses just take a turnover back for the winning touchdown? Really just surprise everybody here.
Love that.
It'll be a little tougher to do now, though. Both offenses a little more settled in, and you've got to imagine a little more sense of urgency.
All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10. Give it to Krosky-Merritt. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
2nd and 6.
Matt Gay now in a high-pressure spot. He's got to drive this 37 yards down the middle. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. As they'll be left with just one more to work with here in OT. So here they are, a chance to win this with a field goal. He's got to drive this 37 yards down the middle. The kick is good, he got it! And they've taken back the lead.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
So score this as a win for the Commanders. And they only needed to set him up with a shot to connect and win it with 3, and his aim was true to make it happen and put an end to this competitive